Okay, so in this video, we will import flat data and calculate inflation. Okay, so let's do it. First of all, we know before here is a flat data. For example, here's the data for consumer price index. You can search it in here. Okay, so for each data, it have a code right here. You see the code here. That is very important here. That one here, right here. Okay, and it is the same as the one on the address bar. Okay, so we will use that code to pull out the data. Okay, in the past, what we do is we click the download, right? Yep. So it is how we do it manually. Uh, Now I will show you how to use Python to get it. Okay, so first of all, I will download the CPI for US. Okay, so I put it say US CPI equal to, now I have to use that Panda Reader package. So because I give it a short name of PRD, so equal to PRD dot data reader, and then inside that function we simply provide the code for this data. Yep. And then we put the parameter of flat, which will be the same for everything. Now in terms of date, we put the start date and end date. That is, our US CPI now is downloaded. So let me show you. Okay, here US CPI from 1990 all the way to what, 2022 December. Yes, exactly the start date and end date. That's simple, right? Okay, so nowadays that data US CPI is loaded in Python and it is in the data frame. Okay, now for the US, we have to calculate the US inflation, right? Yep. CPI in that data frame, US CPI, here in this data frame, we calculate the inflation. So US inflation, okay, it equal to US CPI dot percentage change and period equal to 1. So if you are familiar with Python and data frame, you know that we have the percent change function here because this data frame have only one column, right? So basically this function will calculate the percentage change from 0 to the 1 before. Yep, and it gives the value in, it put the value in the column US inflation. So now let me rerun it and you will see. Oh, sorry, there's some error. Yep. You know what? Period. I should have the periods with the S. Yep. Over here, you see now we have the US inflation. It's similar to what we did with Excel, right? So let me pull up the Excel calculation so you can see. Yep. Very straightforward. So over here we have those few data, and if I copy it here, what we did is here inflation equal to this one divided by previous one minus 1. So yes, it is right here. Yep. See it? Yep. We did it with manually. So over here we do it using Python. Yep. Now after that, you see the date here is the index of the data frame. Yep. Now I want to create a column named index. Okay. And then I will get the year and month, because you know what? Sometime in the US data, inflation could be reported in the second, and in other countries it may record in the first. And when we merge with the foreign exchange or exchange rate data, the first day available is not exactly the first you know, January 1st or February 1st. So we basically merge it based on month. Okay, so now let me create the date column. So okay, I simply put the reset index and in place equal to true. Now let me run it so you can see. Yep. Okay, I have to print it out. Yep, here you have the date, the column date is a column. Okay, we have a column date. It is no longer a index. Now after that, I create a year month. So US CPI dot, column year month, right? And it equal to US CPI, okay? From column date, I convert it to dt dot to period month. Okay, now let me run it. So you see, from the date here, I apply the function to period. Okay, I got the year month. So here is the February of 1990. So yes, April of 1990. So yes, it is like that. So you see, just like that, I got the clean table for US CPI. Of course, if you want to change it to a different country or different series, you search for the series right here and copy this code, putting it in this place, and just like that, you got the new series data generated. Okay, so now let me calculate the UK CPI. So in here, of course, this is a place I need to change, right? So I need to change the name of the data frame as well. So it's no longer US, but it is UK. Oh. CPI, yep, UK CPI. Here is not US inflation, but UK inflation, right? I change the data frame. Here. That's it. I have the US CPI and UK CPI. I do print out so you can see. Yep. Now let me run it. Okay. Oh, by the way, you know what? We have to get the data series. Of course, you have to search for it, but yeah, I already have found it. So it is here, the UK CPI excluding food and energy. So that is one. Yeah, so that is, you need to put it in here. So now let me run it. Okay, so here is the US CPI and here is the UK CPI, and the setup is exactly the same. How beautiful it is. Okay, you can find any other country CPI and you just change the name, you know, and here we go, you got it. Okay, one more thing. This one, after a few minutes, you totally forget what is that, right? So we have to do the rename. Okay, so let me do the rename right here. Yep. So let me do the rename here. So rename is what? Okay, the syntax of the rename is, here is the data frame US CPI, we rename, open the parentheses, column equal to, so here we put the name of the old column, which is right here, right? And then colon, and then the new name, so, okay, it is the US CPI, right? Okay. For those UK CPI, we also do the rename. So here is UK CPI. Yep. So that's it. Let me run and you should see it now. Here, US CPI, US inflation, UK CPI, UK inflation. Look great. Let's download the data. So we use that line again. But instead of this series, we use the $pound, which is here. Yep, series. Right? Yep, so we don't have to do it manually. So now we got it. Okay, let me break down into a new cell. We don't have to re-download too many data. So here is Okay, you know what? Here is we have to give it a name, GBP USD. Okay, so now once we download it, here we go. Yep, here is the exchange rate over time from the same period, right? Yep, okay. Now, when we do it manually, we see that we don't need all of the unnecessary data. We only focus on the first day of the month, right? The first day of the month. So let's do it. Yeah, one thing we need to remove all of the NAN like that, okay? So we can simply put it this one drop NAN. So here you can see the NAN is gone. Oops, sorry. The 2 equal sign. Yep, or NAN is gone. Now let's get the first day of the month. So GBP USD equal to GBP USD dot resample based on month and dot first day of the month. Yep. So now our data is only, oops, it's the last day of the month. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me fix it. So over here, first of all, I put it in I get the index date out as a date, and then I use that quick line to make it okay, to get the first day of the month. Okay, so let me see. So here group by date and the 2 period based on month, and I get the first one. So let me do it here. So you see it is the first day of the month. Okay, you see it? Only the first day of the month. It's very quick. So let me copy it and put it in on the top right here. So now, by the end of this section, we already download US CPI, UK CPI, calculate inflation in the two countries, and we have the exchange rate, okay, and I keep only the first day of the month, and that's it. In the next step, we will merge all of the data together and start doing the analysis. Thank you.